with musician-songwriter Sophie B. Hawkins.
Seems like you have a romance with death. Talk to me about it.
Well, this thing's happened. First of all, I've never been scared of it. And then when I was really young, I fell in love with Virginia Woolf. You know who she is?
Sure.
I wanted to die to be with her, is how I felt, because I wanted it just to sit with her or something. And I realized then that I wasn't afraid of death at all. And I started...
How old were you?
I think 13.
Okay.
And I didn't think of it in terms of how will I kill myself. I just didn't have any sort of feeling about death separated from life. And then also recently, I've just had these certain things. My sister lives by, I think it's the oldest slave cemetery in America. And it's really teeny. And it's right next to a white cemetery. So beautiful. And they have these incredible, you know, to be in these dog tags I got from a tombstone in that cemetery. And I sit in there when I go to see her. You got to read this one first and then that one.
Angels, get my mansions ready. Wow, that's beautiful. And then here's the other one. It says, for we are crossing this misting river one by one.
And when I read that, and then I started to just paint in there, and then I started to make my own tombstone with different sayings from different ones and my own birth date and my own death. And then a while later, somebody just asked me, you know, what's that about? And I think that I was a slave. And I think that, because there's a couple of families there, and I felt so comfortable and so creative there, and so moved, like I had something to give by being there. That I thought that...
So you believe in past lives and reincarnation?
You see, I never read about it, and I never go around talking about it to people, but when I write stories, I think I'm trying to open up these memories of past lives. But you know what this star lady said? You know those people who read your charts? I went to one just only once in my life, and I went to recently, and she was talking about this. Everything in my chart was all in work, and it was all about that I had to be free. My whole thing in life was, it was my
She thought you were a little uptight?
No. She thinks that I'm obsessed. Oh, you joking?
That was a joke, yeah. You're not, meaning you're not uptight. You are not uptight.
Oh, okay.
No,
you're funny. But anyway, so she said that thing about freedom, and then I felt, maybe you're right just now. I thought, I'm identifying, here I'm in a slave cemetery, and I have this thing about freedom. And that's what I'm living in this lifetime. I don't care if there are past lives or if there aren't. I just care. Only one thing I believe in is creativity, the existence of creativity. I don't believe in evolution. I just believe in the existence of creativity.
It's a good belief.
Yeah. My aunt is an Eureka. Have you ever heard of Eureka? That's a school. Do you want to know something?
Ah, it's a very old religious order, a spiritual order from the... Like 1800s, right?
Yeah, and the guy who's the present day master or whatever, I don't trust any masters, but there is one. And his name is Oscar Chazzo, and he's Bolivian. I'm not saying I don't trust him, I don't know him, but I don't like hierarchies at all. So anyway, we moved down to a building that all the Euricans lived in, and it was a rent-controlled apartment building right across the street from the park. And my parents moved in there because we had to get out of our other place. And all of them left their doors open all the time, and they're all stoned and naked all the time. This is where I grew up.
Inside an apartment building, so they could go back and forth into each other's apartments, so it was like a large house.
Yeah.
So it was a commune.
Yes.
What, this is 60s?
Late 60s and 70s. And we used to go, but my family, see, my parents weren't Euricans, and my mother loves her sister and everything, but didn't like, you know, a cult, whatever thing. And I'm not saying the Euricans are cult, because I don't know enough about it. But anyway... So we would be in our thing, you know, that we had to be in bed at a certain time and whatever. Very simple kind of, as I said, farmer-type life. And then the Euricans were
running wild.
But we used to go in, because they left their doors open, we called their houses free stores. And we'd go in and take everything. And we'd take everything and we'd bring it up to the roof, the sardines, checks, money, anything, parkas. And we had a whole house up on the roof with all their stuff. And then one day we got caught.
How old were you?
That was young. That was 6 and 7. No, 7 and 8.
I was just about to ask you how you were as a kid, what you were like as a kid, but...
I was, you know what? I think I was the same. My mother says I'm the same. I look different, you know? But I still had the same, you know, like I have Yogi Bear, I still had, you know, one friend who, you know, who was a strange person like me. And I had my imaginary in my life where I did all my things. And now I just do it more, I think, publicly.
For everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
You make it your art and your work.
Yeah.